What's up everybody, it is I, Hero Vange, and welcome back to the Forest Cup. Today, we're gonna do a deep dive on Heracross, and instead of comparing it to other bug types, I decided that its main role is mostly that of a fighter. So I'm going to compare it to a fighter, actually the fighter in the Forest Cup, Blaziken. As you can see, Blaziken is the fighter in the Forest Cup. It is the number 2 Pokemon in all of Forest Cup overall, right? And Heracross is number 16, but it's number 2 for the fighter. So let's see how it does. And so we're going to compare and contrast Heracross's matchups with Blaziken to see if it can hold its own against the man with the fire pants, the extra spicy chicken leg, Blaziken. Does Heracross actually have some fight? Or is it just another bug waiting to get squashed on the floor with a blazing footprint? Let's find out. That was actually a very good intro, super spicy, and I am so hyped for this. Let's check out the grass type coverage. And as you can see, there's one main difference, and that is Ferrothorn. That's actually the most important grass type matchup that you have to cover. It is so unfortunate that Heracross has to spend the 1 shield to farm down a Ferrothorn, which is, yes, still a massive win. You just block once, farm down, and then you have massive charge moves, which will probably get that shield back with the next Pokemon, but we'll talk about that later, right? But we're trying to compare it to Blaziken here, which is the fighter, and the fighter in the Forest Cup doesn't need to block. Yes, the fighter in the Forest Cup does not need to block with Ferrothorn. It's not even gonna get to the Flash Cannon, which means that Blaziken really puts out a ton of damage. So with that, Heracross kind of falls behind here. 1 shield behind Blaziken, unfortunately, and also getting back that shield is not a guarantee. Definitely not a guarantee, even with the close combat, even with the Mega Horn and the massive energy that you come out with. Why? Because Mantine is one of the best bodyguards for Ferrothorn off the top of my head. What does Ferrothorn have problems with? Scolipede, fighters, and fire types, right? And Mantine has all of those. And Mantine, you're not gonna get that to block with close combat. You're not gonna get that to block with Mega Horn, which actually does the same damage as close combat. So just, you know, throw the close combat because it's cheaper. And then to compare this with Blaziken, it saves you the shield. Plus, it might get you the shield of Mantine, or you might kill it. Why? The mystery of Stone Edge. Guys, real talk. Do you have the Stone Edge Blaziken? Huh? Do you? Don't comment it down below. Stop flexing it on Twitter. That is your greatest strength, right? You use the Elite Charge TM, maximize it. People should not know if you have the Stone Edge Blaziken. Your international opponents, alright? We're doing all remote right now, okay? The mystery of the Stone Edge is your greatest asset. You know, you might not actually have it. You might just have the blast burn, right? You throw it, Mantine comes out, oh, shields, okay, it wasted a shield. Or you might actually have it, Mantine pops out, underestimates you, you threw the Stone Edge, it hits it for like 90 damage, and you're laughing. Also, guys, you're ruining it for everybody. Stop flexing it on Twitter, at least for this month. At least for this month, if you get the epic Stone Edge kill, alright, post it on the 29th. Alright, it'll still be hilarious because it is going to be hilarious, but stop flexing it on Twitter. That's what makes Blaziken so dangerous with getting this matchup. Ferrothorn comes in, gets locked in, pop in with the Blaziken, farm down, out comes Mantine. What's up? How you doing? Now, obviously, Mantine is going to try to farm you down, hence getting back your advantage. And with Heracross, if you throw 2 close combats, it's not gonna be enough to kill it, right? If you throw a Mega Horn, it's not gonna, it's the same damage, alright? But with Blaziken, well, so there's a lot of potential there, right? So even though this is just a 1 shield advantage for Blaziken, it's a massive advantage because of, you know, what could happen after. Also, guys, before we move on to the next part of the video, just a little bit of matchup mastery for Heracross versus Meganium. You want to go straight Mega Horn, okay? Moving on to the bug type coverage. Ay caramba, this is a bad situation for Heracross. Now, just some things that I want to clarify. Blaziken, 1 shield farming Crustle here is a very tight matchup. Default stats, you come out with 3 HP. Maximized, you come out with 9 HP. But the thing is, if you throw the Blaze Kick, the difference between if you farm it down compared to if you throw it HP wise is insignificant. Watch this, right? If I go, let's go default stats once again, you're gonna get I think like, yeah, 9 HP, but this is with default stats, alright? So from 3, you go to 9, but you don't have any more energy. You don't come out with energy, right? And then if you maximize, a little bit more reliable, 15 HP. Okay, so, I mean, was it worth it? I would say no, because again, the mystery of the Stone Edge, right? The next Pokemon coming in doesn't know if you have Stone Edge or not. So I think it's worth it to just farm down block once and mystery it. So obviously, Blaziken coming out on top. So far, Heracross is looking kinda but with the water type coverage, you have kind of like a game changer here. Swampert. Swampert is definitely a big win, and Swampert is actually one of the Pokemon that have some serious coverage in the Forest Cup, so yes, significant. The Mantine matchup is really just because of the mystery of the Stone Edge, but there's some people with nutsacks out there or some insider knowledge about your teams because you flexed it on Twitter and you don't have the Stone Edge Blaziken, hence will not block. So that's really not that big of a deal. So hey, finally a win for Heracross, and this is nice because this is the halfway mark because there's only 5 elements in the Forest Cup. Moving on to the Fire type matchups, we have an interesting matchup with Heracross versus Blaziken. This is actually a race. Can Heracross kill Blaziken before it gets the Blaze Kick that kills it? Alright, so let's check with the default stats. You can do it. If you maximize though, Heracross's attack falls below what you need to get the kill on Blaziken, which is 135. So right here, Heracross can reach the following breakpoints against this Blaziken. I actually, was confused which one is Heracross here. But yes, 134.42, right? So if you go with the default Heracross, it has 135 attack, hence is able to kill even the optimized Blaziken because you hit that break point. That's honestly not that hard to hit with Heracross. If your Heracross is not that great, fantastic! You got the Heracross that actually kills the fighting type in the Forest Cup, which is a massive win. Also, I want to emphasize that you do not want to go with the attack weighted Heracross, right? So if you're building a Heracross right now, don't go with the attack weighted Heracross. We'll talk about why later, okay? And unfortunately, Sunny Cast form, it loses, but I would say that Heracross has the much better win here. If it wasn't IV based, I would say that Heracross takes the cake, but since it is IV based, but it's not that hard to hit, right? It's definitely not that hard to hit, then I would say that they're equal. And finally, for the last element of the Forest Cup, electric type, Heracross takes it. Stunfisk is my pick for the best electric type in all of Forest Cup. And actually, these two are only here because they can handle some grass types. This guy can handle Cradily, Ampharos can handle Cradily and Ferrothorn. So Stunfisk is definitely a significant win. That is a really good Pokemon for the Forest Cup, and Heracross can kill it. So what is my final verdict on Heracross? I would say that the Beetle has it. It is, well, not over Blaziken, but it's definitely a side grade to the fighter in the Forest Cup. It still has the grass. Yes, the Ferrothorn is not as good as Blaziken, but it still has the grass. You have Swampert, which is a nice pickup compared to like the other fighter, Blaziken. And actually, speaking of the devil, Blaziken, you can actually beat Blaziken if you hit a breakpoint that is not that hard to hit. You probably have a doo-doo Heracross like I do that has the 135 attack that you need for the Blaziken. And then with the electric type, Stunfisk is a massive win. That is great. I have balanced so many teams with Stunfisk and I am actually very impressed with it. Big win. Last two things I want to say, but these are very, very important, right? If you decide to use the Heracross, I would highly suggest that you practice using it because it actually takes some skill to get this back-to-back close combat. Now, there's a lot of tricks and things that you can do with this. Some people have the count memorized, right? So 13 counters and then you can throw back-to-back close combat. But you kind of want to have the switch tray ready just in case the swap out happens, Mantine pops in. So yeah, be ready for that. Another thing that you can do is but this is going to take a lot of experience with Heracross. You have to know these matchups, right? So if you know that this discharge is going to be the last charge attack that Stunfisk gets to throw, you can actually just throw one of your close combats right after, right? Just so that you prevent your opponent from waiting till 13 and then swapping out. Because the thing is, guys, 2 Thunder Shocks with the debuff is not going to be that significant. It's not going to change the outcome of the match, right? So you can make sure that you at least throw it on the right Pokemon, because I feel like what most people do to try to counter Heracross is they try to, you know, sack swap to catch the thing, right? So to kind of like prevent that, you can throw right after the last charge move that your opponent will get to throw on that Pokemon that you're trying to kill, okay? But it does require you to know all of these matchups, but that's also kind of like next level, because is your opponent gonna know that? I highly doubt. I don't know all of Heracross's matchups, so I highly doubt. Also, don't throw the close combat when you need Mega Horn, right? So remember which matchup was that? Meganium, alright? Just in case you encounter Meganium, it's straight Mega Horn, alright? And then last thing, the reason why you don't want an attack-weighted Heracross is because it can actually kill Kingdra with not the best stats. Alright, it comes out with 1 HP. This is default, right? This is default. If you maximize, it's a little bit more reliable. It's 5 HP, okay? So I would say if you hit that 135 attack breakpoint and you can run these simulations with, let's say, 3 HP, you know, coming out with your Kingdra matchup, cool. That's fantastic. That is that is great. You should definitely run that Heracross, because Kingdra is so hard to counter. So hard to counter. This is maximized Heracross versus default Kingdra, right? 9 HP, so a little bit more maximized. But yes, Kingdra, very hard to counter, but doesn't have a lot of coverage, right? So this is just a nice side thing that Heracross does, even if it's like super slim, really low HP, single digit HP. It's just enough for you to be like, oh, I have 2 Kingdra counters on my team, right? The other one that I've been highlighting for the past couple of days, Ferrothorn, and now Heracross can also do it. Why am I highlighting these guys? It's because Ferrothorn and Heracross have really nice coverage outside of Kingdra, alright? You don't want to focus on covering Kingdra because it doesn't really cover that much of the meta. Okay, so this is just a really nice side thing that Heracross does. Plus, Kingdra can one-shield farm Blaziken, so what's up? But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Remember to leave a like, comment down below if you've ever watched beetle fights on YouTube. It's actually pretty entertaining. Try it out. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Ding that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys!